And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars, and rumours of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
Apollo Quiboloy is the founder and leader of a Philippines-based restorationist church, the Kingdom of Jesus Christ. The name above every name, he has made claims that he is the appointed Son of God. Alan John Miller, more commonly known as A.J. Miller, a former Jehovah's Witness elder and current leader of the Australia-based Divine Truth movement. Miller claims to be Jesus Christ reincarnated with others in the 20th century to spread messages that he calls the divine truth. He delivers these messages in seminars and various forms of media along with his current partner Mary Suzanne Luck, who identifies herself as the returned Mary Magdalene. David Shaler is a former MI5 agent and whistleblower who, in the summer of 2007, proclaimed himself to be the Messiah. He has released a series of videos on YouTube claiming to be Jesus, although he has not built up any noticeable following since his claims. Maurice Clemens, an American felon responsible for the 2009 murder of 4 police officers in Washington state, referred to himself in May 2009 as Jesus. Last March, Russian President Vladimir Putin unveiled a slew of hypersonic weapons, as well as Persecuted, saying it was a nuclear-powered missile with unlimited range. However, the Kremlin has yet to perform a successful test of the weapon over multiple attempts, according to sources with direct knowledge of a U.S. intelligence report on the weapons program. Persecuted was tested once earlier this year, and prior to that, the weapon was tested 4 times between November 2017 and February 2018, each resulting in a crash. The U.S. determined that the longest test flight lasted just more than 2 minutes, with the missile flying 22 miles before losing control and crashing. The shortest test lasted 4 seconds and flew for 5 miles. The tests apparently showed that the nuclear-powered heart of the cruise missile failed to initiate and, therefore, the weapon was unable to achieve the indefinite flight Putin had boasted about. The latest round of talks between the Taliban and the United States has ended without any signs of reaching a peace deal for Afghanistan, as both sides said they would consult their leaderships on the next steps. The 8th round of talks, which began in Qatar's capital on August 3 and focused on technical details, ended in the early hours of Monday. Neither side provided details of the outcome of the discussions in Doha, but U.S. envoy Zalmay Khalilzad called them productive, and Taliban spokesman Zabihul Mujahid described them as long and useful. Test Raqqa, telephone TAMR, Syria. The road that cuts through Raqqa's northern flank is lined with signs of war. On either side, what once were small pastel-hued tower blocks lay flattened like concrete pancakes, others leaned precariously to one side. June marked the second anniversary of the start of the 4-month operation to retake ISIL's self-proclaimed capital. All countries must implement a UN arms embargo against Libya with illegal weapons transfers by land, sea and air fueling the current fighting in the oil-rich country. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said. The United Nations calls Yemen the world's worst humanitarian crisis. Yemen, Syria, Iraq and Libya, more than 10 million Yemenis now risk imminent starvation. The consequences of the war in Yemen and elsewhere in the Middle East are before our eyes.